such a beautiful Good Friday, and they're forecasting a horrendous windy day tomorrow and wet for the rest of the Easter bank holiday. So I'm sowing outside. We've been up the allotment. As you know, I haven't done much because of my pelvis. So I think I've dug out nearly all the perennial weeds. Andrew's been helping too, which means we're going to cheat and rotivate this year. So we'll show you that when we get closer to moving the two allotments to one. I'm going to plant these beans called yin and yang, only really because the beans look lovely. Look how sweet they are. Oh, look, they look like little Easter eggs. Oh, my husband's looking at me like I'm sad. I'm just going to plant these 2 knuckle down in some compost. I have planted some coloured French beans, but it's nice to have a variety. And when you've got kids, having unusual things and things they've helped grow does encourage them to eat them. I say does. As they get older, they get a bit wiser. So plant a few of those, and then I'll show you what we're next going to sow. Right, that's done. The other thing I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to plant a few more basil seeds. These are purple basil, got on Seedy Sunday. My husband loves to cook with basil, and we always run out, so the aim is to be more successional this year, so to plant things at 2-3 weekly intervals and plant less. So I'm trying to do that, so I'm going to just plant up a few purple basil seeds. Blaisy's making the most of the sun as well. He's not doing the usual running around, he's having a look at the sunlight. Yes, look at the sunlight. Right, let's put some purple basil seeds in. That's it, I think they've all gone. I'm just going to put these in a pot and separate them out later. As if you're like me, there's a certain time in the season you start going to pots because you start running out of seed trays. And you do start going to pot. In fact, I think I went to pot a long time ago. And I'm just, as they're so thin, I've watered the soil already. I'm just going to sprinkle a very thin layer over the top. I've sown the purple curly cow, and now I'm just going to sow through a few things in a propagator, because again I'm doing little and often to try and get successional flowering and sowing. These are a Seedy Sunday find, and they're called Tomato Bloody Butcher, so I'm assuming, I don't know, that it's a beef tomato, only because it says butcher, but maybe wrong. There's only a few seeds in, and it's a bit breezy out here. How many seeds have I got? Oh, I think I've got about 8 perhaps. And I've already marked these up. This is for the tomatoes, and I'm going to put one per cell. Oh, look, perfect. Couldn't have done that better. And I've already really moistened the soil, and small seeds I only very lightly cover. And remember that soil's moist underneath. That one's not quite covered. There we go. So that's, let me know if you've grown Bloody Butcher tomato. I got that from Brighton Seedy Sunday. And the next one I'm going to plant is marigold, another Seedy Sunday find. And they're called Tall Scotch Prize. So I've never grown a tall marigold, so I'm going to have a go with a few of these. Again, marigolds are relatively big bicolour seeds, so they're really easy to sow. will sow some more at a later date. And just the same as I did with my tomatoes, because these are very thin too, I will sprinkle some all over. And just make sure they're in contact with the soil. Next thing marked up ready to go is cosmos. I told you I love cosmos, and I've planted up my sulphurous mix, and this time it's sensation mix. Again, look out for the perfect for pollinators sign from the RHS to ensure that you're giving food to your bees. So that's what we're sowing. Again, quite big seeds, easy to handle. And as I told many of you, all the things I've sown goes into my sown box. So if I'm not sure what I've sown, I can look back. So cover these up. Please excuse the state of us. We've been down the allotment all morning and I've been working from my stool because of my pelvis. And we've got rather messy and untidy, and there we go, because the soil's already done. What I'm going to do, give them a boost, put the propagator on and put them in the greenhouse. As you know, we're building the base of a greenhouse inside because this is the third year and we would have to have replaced the cover again. So what we're doing is put in another second-hand greenhouse, slightly smaller inside. We're going to take the polytunnel up to the allotment, cover it in a fine micro mesh and use it as a huge brassica, lettuce and carrot sowing area. So it will be open to the elements, it will let the rain in, but hopefully not let the critters in, the slugs, the carrot fly, and all the nasty things that like to eat and lay on our cabbages and brassicas. So I'm going to grow more brassicas than I have before. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of curly cow. Well, let's go and see what is going on in the greenhouse. The sorrel's up. Lovely. I need to do a bit of watering by the looks of it. I've been ill, so I had to come up here just to check everything's okay. Tomatoes doing okay. We've got some of our friends' seed onions coming up. Coleus, nothing happening, they take a while. Garlic doing well in their cells because I can't get on the plot. Oh look, cosmos, exciting. And we have, I don't know if you can see them because they are minuscule seedlings, absolutely minuscule. That's petunia. They take a while to get up and going, but worthwhile doing yourself because you save so much money. Calendula. Nothing else down here. Ah, my lettuce seeds. Garlic. Peas need a water. Nothing on the dahlias so far. And it looks like There are some Sweet William seedlings. Here are our potatoes chitting. Traditionally you plant first and second earlies on Good Friday, but I was looking at Jim Buttress's Facebook site and he suggested that we all wait off Easter's quite early because the soil's not warm enough. So he suggests putting some something on the soil to warm it up, and then when the soil's warm, then plant our potatoes. Right, we've had a polytunnel for the last 2 seasons, which has been lovely, but this particular make, both of the last 2 seasons we've had to buy a new cover, and as you can see it's all already degrading and the zip's coming away. Inside the polytunnel, protected from the frost so the concrete sets, and so Andrew can continue with the rain, we've got the base newly laid for our new second greenhouse, which I'm very excited about. Today, only because I've had these for 2 weeks and haven't done anything with them and I'm worried about them, I'm going to plant these bulb and root perennials that I bought at the Edible Garden show. I've got some more here. I have definitely got a flowering fern, 2 alliums, a foxtail lily and some gypsophilia, and I've forgotten what the others are because I'm a right plonker. Excuse me. I'm going to just clear some areas and mark them carefully because I've got a bad chest. I'm not able to dig and my pelvis. So what I'm going to do is clear the areas, mark them really carefully, and then I am going to do the proper sorting out of my borders when I'm up to it. But unfortunately it's not a very nice day today, very windy, so we will film outside. It will probably be dubbed in because you won't hear anything because of the wind. We'll see you outside. Put your coats, hats on. It's chilly out there, not like yesterday where I got a bit sunburn on my face. Easter Saturday, normal bank holiday, yucky weather. So off we go. Right, I'm lifting all the perennial weeds like buttercup by the roots out of the border to clear it from my new plant. As I say, my clearing is behind this year because of being on crutches. So I have done nothing. So where I'm working, I'm not digging it all because of my hip. I can't use a spade yet. I'm just clearing the area, and I'm going to plant these perennials I bought at the Edible Garden show. This is, I think, is the foxtail lily, and by the looks of it, this is the leaves of last year, so it looks like it needs to be shallow. So I've dug a hole and in fact filled it back in because I think I did it too deeply. Hopefully I'm doing the right thing, but as I say, I stupidly forgot to mark which ones were what, so probably I'm doing something hugely wrong, but it looks like a shallow plant. All lovely worms in here, Oscar. So it's been marked by my piece of driftwood. Whoop. Oh, still got one out. There we go. Now I have the watering can, Oscar. Thank you. There we go. Right, this apparently, let me show you, is a flowering fern. It's again something I bought at the Edible Garden show. The excitement, I didn't ask the name of it. So as you can see, if Oscar points to where I'm going to plant it, this is a very shady part of the garden. You can see shady and damp because of all the moss cover on here. I'm a bit of a sucker when I've got broken bits of plant pots. Don't we, Blaze? We keep them because they're nice. Blaze is coming. Look, what do you think? What do you think? Is that nice? Is that nice? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we're going to plant that here. And what I'm going to have to do is just identify it when it comes into flower. And kindling wood has more than one use in my gardening. There we go. Give that water in, and I suppose it will be a surprise. 2 giant allium bulbs. One was dark purple, one was light purple. I had alliums once in the garden, never giant, so I'm going to put those in a sunny spot. And we'll see how they go. Quite excited. Oscar had the great idea of putting the, let me try and get them, there we are, of putting the allium bulbs in the bee border, and this is a raised border by our terrace that we grow plants the bees love. And Oscar said, I think bees like alliums, let's put them in the bee border, but we're going to have to carefully mark this because we do tend to re-prepare the soil every year. So that's one. Oscar, have you got something to mark it with? I'll get something to mark it. And it will look quite nice up here actually because it's the high point in the garden, and as you come in to the garden, which is long and thin and broken up into sections, this is one of the first things you see is this border and the terrace. So Oscar said, see, he's a bit of a budding gardener, it's going to draw people's eye up to the bee garden. So I'm not going to chop that, but not do that too close. So there's one, isn't it, Oscar? 2, 3, 4, and here 1, 2. Anti-dog, anti-children, anti-husband who's doing the digging this year. There we go. Right, I've got 2 more. I've got a feeling that's peony. What do you think? Could you put it in the pot behind? So it's a lovely peony. So I'll put that in a nice sunny part of the garden. But I've got no idea at all what this is. I wondered if it was, I don't know, hollyhock. I don't know, I really don't know what this is. So if any of you can help me, it looks like a bird's nest, doesn't it? Any of you could help me to know what this is. I'm going to plant it in the border because it's getting very dry, and a few shoots it has got are coming through, so it needs to be planted. I really don't know. Once again, the borders aren't prepared this year. Usually like to have them prepared around this time of year, but I'm not allowed to dig with a fork or a spade, so I'm just going to clear the area that I want to plant my perennials of any weeds. Just make sure that piece of ground is good, and then I will mark it well and make sure it is avoided when we do clear the borders. Go. There we go. Again, also can you get some kindling to mark it? Give that a water in. I want water again. Because I'll be getting the hubby digging this time because of my hip, and he'll go in like a bull in a china shop and dig up everything. So make sure it's well marked. Right, finished my cuppa, done my watering. Time to close up the greenhouse because it's still not that warm outside. To take the mad dog in and unfortunately do a bit of housework, but I think I might sneak out here again later.
Hello, welcome to the Ginger Gardening, episode 5. So Giovanni Pafatolongo. This week we do some more sowing. It's a nicer weather, so we do it outside. We also look in the polytunnel. The greenhouse is being built in there, which is an interesting concept. There's some a quick look at the dog, and there's a bit more gardening, and you can see how things are going and watch the lovely shoots that come up, and maybe we look at the bees and they make it a lovely honey. We like the honey. Ciao.